Hello and welcome in the next video. Today I will share my thoughts about AMS unit for BambuLab P1P, P1S and X1C. AMS is an add-on for BambuLab printers which allows switching between filaments during the printing. It can hold up to 4 different filaments and switch between them automatically. And it's possible to join together even 4 AMS, getting up to 16 filaments available for printing in the same time. I will split the video into two sections: advantages and disadvantages of AMS, and at the end I will share my thoughts about it. Starting with advantages. It's really expanding the possibilities of the printer. First and most common use case is printing multicolor prints. Since BambuLab still have only one hot end, it requires unloading old filament and loading new one every time filament needs to be shifted, what usually adds a lot of time and used material, but it's still possible, and prints are coming out really nicely. Another usage of AMS is switching between support filament and standard filament. Thanks to that, supports can be printed in different filament than the model, what makes removing supports much easier. Good option for more advanced models, but again, it increases the time of print and used filament. Next, less commonly known advantage is possibility to simply switch the filament when the filament runs off. If you turn on this option in the bamboo slicer, the printer will automatically detect when filament run out and load next one if you have two of the same spools loaded in AMS. No more stacking spools with 20 or 30 gram of filament left on them. With AMS you can just use it all to the end during one print, without any waste. Last advantage, and personally the biggest one, is the comfort of use. Since 4 spools of filament are sitting in the AMS, you don't need to load or unload filament every time you need to print something in different color. Since standard filament holder in BambuLab is on the back side, it's often hard to reach it. Also, if you are losing time waiting for the nozzle to heat up, unloading old filament and pushing new one through the PTFE tube. With AMS this problem disappears. You just pick correct slot in the slicer and everything is done automatically. Loading filament into AMS is also much easier and faster. If you are often switching filaments, just this option itself makes the AMS worth buying. Now to disadvantages. Not all spools fit into AMS. We are limited to 1 kg spools in the most common dimensions. Still, I think 90% of available brands will fit, but from time to time I'm finding a spool that is simply too wide to fit inside. Another disadvantage is the reliability. It's not terrible, but from time to time it happens that spool gets stuck and can't move, or filament feeder needs to be replaced or fixed. As I said, it doesn't happen often, but you don't want to wake up in the morning and see that something went wrong in the middle of 40-hour sprint. AMS is also not perfect for abrasive materials with carbon fiber, glass fiber and so on, as it destroys the filament feeder. It can't handle soft materials as well, like TPU. The PTFE tube is too long and there is not enough push force to get it through. Last disadvantage is the price itself. It's quite expensive, costing $349 when I record it. You can get a very good printer for the price of just this add-on. It's cheaper when being bought together with a printer, and that's the way to go. Buying AMS separately is just too expensive. So, in conclusion, would I buy the AMS again? Yes, definitely. But only in set with a printer, so the price is decent. Should you buy the AMS? Depends. If you are unsure if to buy it or not, then buy it and thank me later. If you are tired of switching filaments in the printer, buy it as well. Same if you are printing flat prints in few colors or want to print in multicolor from time to time. So, when AMS is not for you? I would say if you are printing mostly complicated stuff in multicolor. AMS is not perfect for that, then it's much better to take some printer with IDEX system or tool changer like Prusa XL, as it will take much less time to print anything than on Bamboo with AMS, and it will generate much less waste material. AMS is capable of doing it, but it's not the best solution in my opinion. For any other use than that, AMS is perfect and you most likely won't regret this purchase. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.